Alright, I want to take a second to kind of look at Victor Wembanyama and where he ranks long-term in NBA talent right now. Let's take a look at it. So right out the gate, I'm going to have him above guys like Steph, LeBron, KD, Kawhi, mainly because of age. We're talking about building a team going forward. At the same time, I don't want age to be the only determination because he is 21 years old, which is crazy to think about. So I don't want that to automatically launch him to number one. So it'll be considered, but it shouldn't be the end-all be-all. Kind of trying to see where he fits in the hierarchy at this moment. Going through a few of the names, guys like Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Embiid, obviously because of injuries. I'm going to put him above them for now. Great players, great talent, but right now I think he has the edge long-term. Keep in mind, at this moment, Wemby's averaging 31 points per game this season so far. Young season, but still. And with 13.8 rebounds per game. He's also going to have an incredible amount of blocks and be huge on defense. But moving forward, so let's see who we have on the list here. I'm going to start with Tyrese Haliburton. He is out for the season, so I'm going to put Wemby above him, not just for the injury. I do think overall Wemby will have a bigger impact on his team if you were to start with either one of these two players on their roster. I'm not going to sell short Haliburton. What he did in the playoffs last year was amazing. I do think had he not gotten injured, the Pacers probably would have won that Game 7, but it's impossible to tell. Love him, but I'm going to have Wemby above him for now. Next guy on the list, my guy Jason Tatum, another guy with an Achilles injury. He's going to miss most of the season for Boston. Not sure when he's coming back, already showing signs of health, but either way, I think it's clear that Tatum's the more developed player. I know he gets a lot of hate for not showing up in big moments, but the stats are there. I'm not going to over-highlight the injury. I'm going to see him as he has been. I do think that Tatum has a more developed game than Wemby. We're talking about at this present moment, maybe in the future or even sometime soon, but for now, I'll put Tatum just above him. Next guy on the list, Giannis. I've always had to be against him because he's on the Bucks. I'm a Celtics fan, but either way, Giannis is an amazing player. Not nearly as well-rounded an offensive game as somebody like Wemby, but he's very proven. Two-time MVP, one-time champion. I'm not saying that if I started a team today, I would just choose Giannis over Wemby outright because of the age difference and the potential of Wemby. But again, right now, I think Giannis is the more proven player, and I think he's proven that he can take his team far. So I'm going to roll with Giannis above Wemby for now. Next guy on the list, Anthony Edwards. This one's kind of tough for me. I love Anthony Edwards' game. I think he shows a lot of immaturity at times, but he has gone to back-to-back Western Conference Finals for the Timberwolves, a team that never gets there. He can be streaky at times, but I do love him as a player. He's actually one of my favorite players in the league. On this, I actually am going to go Wemby above Ant. I do think Ant, again, is more polished at the moment, but I think Wemby's value is a touch higher overall. It's very close. I can see that either way, but I'll put Wemby above Ant for now. Next on the list, another person that's kind of tough to gauge in this, Luka Doncic. Right now, he has a finger sprain and he's out for a week or so from the Lakers. But prior to that, he was balling. With LeBron out, Luka's averaged 46 points this season so far, which I don't have to tell you how ridiculous that is. This is another guy that's been able to take his team very far. Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals. I know he came up short, but either way, still a lot of accomplishments. This is probably the hardest comparison between the two guys because I feel Luka is spotty at times, but at the same time, he's done enough to kind of prove his worth. Wemby has a more natural ability to get easy buckets, so I like that, and he has a defensive side that Luka probably will never have, even while being in shape. But even right now, I'm still going to put Luka above him, not just for how much he's scoring this season, but just overall body of work. Next on the list, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Thunder, the champion Thunder. Shai coming off an MVP, a Finals MVP, looks the part, already doing very well this season. He's averaging about 36 a game so far this year. There's been a lot of focus on him pushing off or flopping or traveling or little things like that in his game, but he's still incredibly gifted. And what I love about him the most is that he always comes to the ball. He's not afraid of the moment. So no offense to Wemby here, I'm going to go with SGA. SGA is the best mid-range shooter in the game, can get his bucket at any time, and he's very aggressive. I love what he's shown so far this year to back up what he did last year, so I'm going to keep him above Wemby. Last on this list, Nikola Jokic, Joker. I'm going to put Jokic above him, not even going to play around. This guy's won 3 MVPs, 2 runner-ups, both of which could have easily been an MVP, and he's won an NBA championship for a franchise that never has. His buckets and impact come easy, just like Wemby. I think Joker's accolades could be Wemby's very soon, high potential through the roof, but I can't put him above a guy who's been the best player in the league for 5-6 years now. At the end of the day, what Wemby is doing this year is amazing. Love to see it. He's going to be great for the NBA. He's only 21 years old and he's already in the conversation with all these guys we just mentioned. Really looking forward to see what he does the rest of the season, and hopefully he has the Spurs in the playoffs and back in contention.